In the 1440s the monks of the Abbey of Abroath, located in Angus, Scotland, appointed Alexander Lindsay, master of Crawford and the chief of Clan Lindsay, to the position of the Bailie of Regality. This position gave Alexander a lot of power in the Angus district. He was tasked with dispensing justice and authority. Lindsay quickly lost favour with the Abroath monks due to the fact that he was using the abbey to quarter his men, many who were boisterous and were disturbing the peace of the solemn monks. Lindsay was also accused of embezzling large sums of money and using his wild temperament to bully his rivals. The monks became fed up with Lindsay and removed him from his position, and awarded it to his rival, Sir Alexander Ogilvie, the second Baron of Inverquharity. On January 23, 1446, Alexander Lindsay, who was also known as Tiger Earl due to his ferocity, gathered an army of over 1,000 of his clansmen and marched to the gates of the abbey. Supported by members of Clan Hamilton, he demanded to be reinstated to the position of Bailie of Regality. Ogilvie was fortunately entertaining guests at the abbey, including clansmen from the Oliphants, Seatons, Gordons and Forbes, and was able to draw up a defensive line with members of those clans supporting the Ogilvies. Alexander Lindsay's father, the current Earl of Crawford, who had received word in Dundee that his son had amassed an army, and was on the verge of a bloody clan battle, jumped on his horse and headed to Abroath with a plan to avert the hostilities. The Earl rode into the centre of the battlefield with the intent of meeting Lord Ogilvie. However, he was mistaken as a hostile force, and one of Ogilvie's launched a spear, striking the Earl in the head and killing him instantly, ending any chance of peaceful negotiations. Both clans engaged in hand-to-hand combat until the outnumbered Ogilvies became overwhelmed and retreated from the abbey. The Ogilvies, along with their allies, regathered with their remaining troops 3 miles away at the village of Laismell. The battle at Laismell was bloody and lasted into the evening until the Ogilvies, after losing around 500 men, finally broke and retreated again to Kinnell. The Lindsays, themselves, suffered heavy casualties and thus were not able to pursue the Ogilvies any further. The Ogilvies decided to bury their dead, including their chief Alexander Ogilvie, who they carried from the battlefield in Laismell, at the church in Kinnell. Their chief was buried under the floorboards of the church under an aisle. This section of the church was then known as Ogilvie Aisle. In 1885, during demolition in the village of Kinnell, the body of Alexander was discovered along with his boots and spurs. These relics were displayed in the church vestibule. After the battle, Alexander Lindsay, now the Earl of Crawford, used his remaining men to seek revenge on the decimated Ogilvies. They slaughtered their vassals, plundered their property and captured the wives and children of their slaughtered men. They even went as far as attacking the Ogilvie stronghold castle of Inverquharity.